morning. That is my Tim Tracker impression. All right, it's our last resort day, girls.
This is the way.
And I wanted to show everybody
Red 5 standing by.
our collection of droids thus far. We're going back for our last day of Park Fun. We are going to Hollywood Studios to really
My name's Amiga.
immersed in Galaxy's Edge.
My name's
we did
Amiga.
the Express tour with
And my name's Dignan, man, so what?
Her name's
See the
Inez.
sequel here.
And my name's Dignan,
Eloise,
man,
come
so
show
what?
off your R2.
Hunter.
Oh, your R5. What is it? What's his name? There's mommy, executive producer. Mommy's in the shot here.
I've had it with this dump.
R5J1.
We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah, show us what you got. Here, switch seats with me. Mommy's looking at bath tile.
Getting ready for our next.
Boba Fett.
Whose shoes are these?
I have a big.
Are those
The
Leia's
Hoth
loafers?
Frost.
I have
The fiery
two
Mustafarian.
big panels, and then
The Hoth Frost.
right here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
So is he working an Imperial Star Destroyer? He's
he's,
black and silver.
Where's Ray?
Fits that
Where's
color.
Aaron?
I know.
Where's Ray? Where's Aaron? Where's Aaron?
Where's Ray? Where's Aaron?
Oh, like a spy. Nice.
Pyro
Okay.
processing.
And they don't know it, so he just works on the creep. He just works for Kyle Ren. This is where personality took us.
Good morning, hobby handyman. Eloise is showing off her new R5 droid here. She got a Galaxy's Edge. All right. I mean, it's really impressive. You built this one, right? You picked all these parts? Yes, honey.
Oh, good
Yes,
for
dear.
you.
Well, mommy's right there. Mommy's better at that than I am.
What do you need?
What do we have on the side here? Is that anything? Brooks, this is marathon weekend. You and I were here together 10 years ago. My gosh, 10 years ago. And I signed up for the half, but I didn't.
10 years ago.
Well, it was 2011 we ran the full marathon. It
It was 11 years ago.
was 11 years ago, Brooks. But I signed up for this half this year and I didn't do it. I bailed out.
Oh,
Couldn't get
good
to the
for
expo with all
you.
these kids and other excuses, but all right. So do you want to give us some?
do not.
What does it say?
There is no try.
All right, show us the remote. Now be sure you don't launch him off the table because he goes really fast. He's on. I turned him on already. Did he
You
turn
must-
off already?
Feel the force around you.
Yeah, they turn off very quickly if you don't use them.
All right, so underneath, it'll go into auto off if you don't hit that switch there, that silver switch.
Might be doesn't.
Flip it back. Is it this?
This is Jedi Master
Oh, you
Obi-Wan
hit BB.
Kenobi.
Eloise,
Hello,
Piper,
Dex.
what are you calling your BB droid?
Good job.
All right,
Good
here, you
job.
hold the camera. I'm gonna get him working.
I'm the administrator of this facility.
Don't do anything.
All right, so that's BB's remote. Yeah, he will fly right off the table.
Yes, and you don't want him to break. He's actually just a
This
ball.
droid was just talking like 5 minutes ago. So the remote's working.
You'll see this if anything works.
Looks great, doesn't he?
Everybody, put the camera down. Give
No,
one
we're
thing.
live, honey. We're doing it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
It's so interesting. He was just. All right, Chopper, you step aside. I'm gonna move him back a little bit. I mean, these guys really cook. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah. Fun, right? So I think today we need to look for a personality chip, because if he's going to be a spy, we need to give him the personality of a resistance droid, right?
Oh yeah.
Because right now he's a little too chipper and chirpy. This is so cool. So we went into the droid depot. You had to like reserve, as you do with everything else at Disney nowadays. So we had to reserve our place, and we kind of gave up on the line. And then I went back later in the day and just walked in and said, "Hey, I've got cash." And they're like, "Step right up."
Who's coming with?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
you two couldn't decide on which droid we were going to build, an R unit or a BB unit. Piper, can you bring your BB over and tell us a little bit about it?
Okay.
And so we
I
wound
never
up
made a deal with
getting an
Conjure.
R unit and a BB unit.
Club.
And then Daddy had to. There's no way I'm walking out without a chopper droid.
The Hoth
There's
Frost.
no way I'm losing this baby.
I think we'll do an unboxing for him at some point. But.
Ugh. Sorry.
So that's. Did you name your BB?
BB what?
Fett.
BB1.
Bubba Fett.
Can we
Owen
see
Wilson,
what he
Bubba
says?
Fett. What's the
I think she should
connection
name
there?
him BB5.
And my name's Dignan, man. So what?
Her name's Inez.
I will say,
Yeah,
I think this is quite
well,
a value for
you know,
what
that's
you
just
get,
like
right?
Oh wait.
your opinion,
I
man.
really didn't think they'd be constructed so well.
Did you see BB-8?
You made it though, right?
Did you see BB-8? Oh yeah, I made it. I just found that head and I was like, okay, that's the perfect head.
We'll do it live.
I was planning on making a black R2 unit, but it turned out to be in black R5 unit.
All right.
Hello
Let's
there.
jump off here. Want to go on? Let's go on Dad War's Instagram. Can we do that? We'll do a demo there. All right. So we're going back to Galaxy's Edge today, and we're going to build what?
Anybody know what it is?
Savi's workshop.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Hand-built lightsabers. And then that's going to be the end of the vacation, basically. All right.
Oh, good for you.
Hey, do you want to grab the pack of 4 over there that we got? Actually, we got that at Tomorrowland, but there's a set over at Galaxy's Edge that I want to look at.
Come on, New Zealand, try something new.
Yeah, BBs, you got to be, when you spin them manually, it messes up their gears.
Now this is pod racing.
Oh. So let's see here.
I really like that.
So these are all droids from Mandalorian. This is from where we first met Miggs Mayfeld, and they were breaking out that those prisoners off that Republic.
Oh yeah,
Cruiser.
I like that
Blip,
one.
blappity
That
bloop.
one's really cool.
No, look at that one.
Tio Luis.
I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge.
MREN0 Marino, get it? That's the ferry droid, remember?
Yeah.
And that's just another R2 unit. Just love all these colors. So we'll see if we can find the one that's got the big orange, like mechanic, load lifter droid. Oh, just don't fly him off the table. Whoa!
It's a cheap move.
The Force is strong in my family.
That, if you buy an accessory, I don't know if BB units have accessories, but for him, like he has like, I think here, you can put in thrusters or whatever, like, so remember when R2 could fly in Revenge of the Sith? Or Attack of the Clones, all of a sudden he could fly. Jet thrusters in there. So cool. Yeah, Chopper, that's the crown jewel for me right there. I can't not wait to take him out. You want to jump over to, we're going to jump over to Instagram for a minute. Just do a little hello over there. So we're going back to Galaxy's Edge
Hop on
to build a lightsaber. We'll catch
Hello
up with you
there.
guys later.
Hop on to Instagram
Hit-
if you want to watch more.
Yeah, Dad Wars Instagram. Hit that like button.
And they use something they call pyroprocessing.
The interesting thing is they call it pyroprocessing, but it's a molten salt process. They're dissolving this thing in a molten salt, and they're doing electrochemistry on it. Why don't they call it molten salt? They want no association with molten salt.
The shroud of the dark side has fallen. Begun.
Dad Wars.
Dad Wars?
The Dad Wars. Whatever that is, I don't think I want to know. Has.
This is the way.
So this is porcelain that looks like marble.
Does it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Porcelain that looks like marble.
Good morning. That is my Tim Tracker impression. All right, it's our last resort day, girls.
I know, I'm sad.
And I wanted to show everybody our collection of droids thus far. We're going back for our last day of Park Fun. We are going to Hollywood Studios to really get immersed in Galaxy's Edge, because we did the express tour with the Grumpy Kids last time, so hoping we can do the sequel here. Eloise, come show off your R2. Oh, your R5.
Is it R5?
What is it? What's his name? There's Mommy, executive producer Mommy's in the shot here.
This is R5J1.
R5J1.
Figure out who we had to talk to about your light color, your lightsaber color.
Oh, well, good guys are green and blue, bad guys are red. That's just the way it works.
There's no purple left?
You might get purple.
Correctamundo.
All right, here we are. Get out of the way. All right. That's a typical start. Such a cliche for Dad Wars to start out like that. Welcome, welcome. Glad to be back. I see we've got a couple of viewers, and it's probably my two co-hosts who aren't able to be here tonight. So we're going to keep this show alive, keep it going. I have a very special co-host. I call him a dedicated yet underrated Star Wars fan. Understated Star Wars fan. So we'll bring him on in just a minute. Tonight's kind of a Obi-Wan, State of the Union, State of the Jedi. What's Obi-Wan going to be like? We're going to speculate. We're going to look at some articles I've been collecting throughout the week. And we'll get some takes. Hopefully talk to you guys. Please feel free to say hello there in the chat. Like. You don't have to subscribe, but just hit those like buttons if you can. We're going to talk about the Maestro, John Williams, Ewan Talks prequels, and will Obi-Wan break the canon? Let's see. I hope not. Let's get right into it. Here we go.
Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome. It's my nervous laughter.
Ew.
Turn off all these stingers. Welcome to the program this evening, Luis.
What?
Our cultural attaché.
Cultural attaché.
Close dear friend of mine from way back. Great to have you here, my man. We are both reporting live from our respective basements. Do you call yours? You said I'm heading down to the dungeon. What do you? Is there a more?
I call it the dungeon, but I don't know that it's really a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Like it's just a play on.
Yeah, the dungeon. Yeah.
It's more like my man cave /
/ gallery
Yeah.
/ hangout spot.
There we go. I think, and it kind of shows off your sensibilities, like your things you like, things you collect, right?
It's all over the place.
It's kind of like a look inside of your mind.
It's pretty hectic.
Yeah. I'm trying to, mine's kind of somewhat unified in that it's mostly Star Wars and Lego and video games. Not quite there yet, though. I'm not quite there. We'll get there.
It's a work in progress, you know.
Always.
Like,
until the bitter end.
yeah.
But so what happened was, and I'm spinning all these plates here to make the show work, and then I have my really nice camera set up in a way where it doesn't shut off like it used to, but it shut off anyway. So, right when I was.
That's part for the course. You can't expect.
Yeah.
Perfection.
So really, as I'm kind of trying to get things set up, I'm playing sound drops, throwing stingers up there, and making sure the stream's running and everything. Yeah, it's just like one of the plates is gonna come crashing down. But what I was doing, I was watching our home movie from our most recent trip to Walt Disney World. And I'm like, maybe this is just a long con. Maybe I'm just setting up, the whole thing is I'm setting up the show, but I just want to show people home movies.
Right, no, I'm fascinated by the porcelain that looks like marble. Like, I want to hear more about that.
I know, that kind of, it's like, oh yeah, they're messing around with droids, but what else is going on there? And if you saw
droids, let's get into the bathroom we have.
If you saw Laura, yeah, she's sitting at the little breakfast nook, and she's totally disconnected from anything Star Wars.
Sneaking Dad Wars into Bob Vila.
Yeah, and meanwhile, yeah, she's like scrolling for tile, and she's looking around our hotel room like, how can we make our home feel like more like this? Not like a hotel room per se, but it is more like it was more like a comfortable. It was like it's a suite, so it's more like a living space. So. But the design aesthetics, the bathroom's amazing, you know. So how can we do that? Well, it requires a lot of money and maybe not going to Disney.
Right. Priorities.
Right. So yeah, I just thought tonight, I've just been kind of bookmarking these articles that have been coming through about the forthcoming, hopefully awesome show that will be Obi-Wan Kenobi. And just wanted to get your take on what things are looking like, and as we get closer, what are your hopes, your fears for this show? We can dig into it. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you about, so you were like kind of basically running the chat when we did our May the 4th episode, our Star Wars Day episode. And you mentioned that you had gone back, you watched almost a double feature. You watched the Phantom Menace episode 1 and then Attack of the Clones, most of Attack of the Clones episode 2. And I wanted to ask you, like, why did you choose those two? This isn't a loaded question, by the way, because I enjoy the prequels, but I'm wondering why you chose those for that day and what your thoughts were. And when's the last time you saw those prequel films, and what were your thoughts now?
Well, I think you know by now, my brother is an avid movie and TV buff.
Mm-hmm.
His favorite movie is Titanic.
Uh-huh.
So we watch that incessantly.
Yeah.
And it's either that or Police Academy, or we watch this.
From Titanic to Police Academy. Yeah.
Or we watch we watched this show as a kid in Puerto Rico, and it's this Mexican sitcom that ran from like 1973 to like 1981, and I found like this library on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you were telling me a little bit about that. What's it called?
El Chavo del Ocho. It's very funny. You couldn't make this show nowadays because there's like a lot of body shaming and violence and stuff.
Oh wow,
but it's
okay.
still hilarious. It holds up in the funny aspects of it. But we sometimes watch that like 8 hours a day because it's just episode after episode. So May the 4th, and he loves Star Wars too. It's not that Star Wars is not on his wheelhouse. It's that he doesn't go there very often. He's very one-track minded. So I said, "Ooh, Star Wars," and he lit up. It's like, "Oh yeah, Star Wars." So it's like, boom.
Yeah.
And then I went to Disney Plus, and I just selected them.
Chronological order.
Yes, if you know anything about Star Wars, you're supposed to go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. That's everybody knows that.
Everybody should know that. Yes.
Right. If you don't, now you know. It's 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I mean, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. That's the order.
There we go.
And then you pepper in the others whichever way you want.
Yeah.
But after you've seen them, then you want to kind of like do the chronological order. So I selected them for just chronological reasons. There was no specific reason why we've started with one, just that it was number 1.
Yeah.
And we just went there.
Yeah.
Last time we saw them, not too far removed, because again, I like to pepper in some variety, because after watching Titanic for the 17th time in a row,
yes,
you kind of need a break from the love story and the tragic.
Oh, just the whole
events.
thing. You need a break.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a great film. Don't get me wrong. 500th time, not so much.
Yeah.
So I try to mix it in with Star Wars, and then sometimes I just throw them in a loop, and we'll watch, however long the day is, we'll watch 1 through 5 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always fun to catch up.
Yeah. Anything like stood out to you that you didn't like before that you like now, or that just anything rubbed you the wrong way, or like why did they do this, or is it holding up?
They don't necessarily hold up technology wise, because there's so many advancements, and there's some of it that just still looks too CGI.
Mm-hmm.
But the story's already been there. It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's now cemented. There's no discussion. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like the arguments that happen inevitably with the advent of the internet and the social media and everybody having their opinion being broadcast. Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean that it needs to be heard. It doesn't mean that it's right.
This is true. Yeah, this holds true for many things, many subjects.
Right, and this is all very subjective. If you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear you say sometimes like we're gluttons for punishment. Like we just want more, even if it's mediocre.
Yeah.
As long as it's Star Wars related, give it to me. And
yeah.
I'll digest it or I'll not.
Just keep it coming.
Right. So the story's all there. I'm very excited about the in-betweens.
Yes.
There's gaps where we don't know where these people went.
Yeah.
And now they're filling in those blanks. And Rogue One is one movie that comes up a lot. It's a perfect bridge.
Absolutely.
2 films, and now we're gonna see the in-betweens, those last moments when we saw Obi-Wan deliver little Luke to his aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
And how that bridges into Jen Erso and this whole situation with delivering those plans to Leia. Like there's a lot of what ifs.
A lot of what ifs. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think I find that like the most thrilling prospect. And maybe that's why I'm not so hip to like the way before the prequels or way after the sequels, although that could be interesting. But all those gaps and those places where they could flesh out, fill in, make those connections, which I just find so exciting.
Right, we already have like 3 generations of history.
Yeah.
We need to learn the in-betweens.
Yeah.
Are we looking for the 4th generation or the, BC?
Yeah, BC. Yeah, that's ancient history.
Right.
That's why I think the High Republic just does not do it for me. But yeah, like the Rogue One, but then you got in Bad Batch like right after Order 66, and like the turn from clones to stormtroopers, like that exchange of that of power, and where did all the
doesn't seem that
clones
difficult,
go?
to be honest. It's like, all right, now you're this.
Yeah, yes and no. Yes. But I mean, there's going to be a lot of it's going to be a bloodbath probably, because there are still a lot of clones that they're all but wiped out. You don't see them in any the original trilogy, just because maybe George mentioned it, which was intriguing, but didn't have the foresight to like throw in. There were no Easter eggs back then, right? So it wasn't like he could.
That's a newer advent. Like,
Yeah.
let's pepper these things in, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
But for example, you know, they connected Captain Rex. Captain Rex is in Return of the Jedi. They actually retconned him in. Like there's an extra or a character without. I don't think he has any dialogue, but he's one of the rebel foot soldiers, rebel troopers on the ground with the camo and the hat, and he's got a golden, like a white beard. Do you remember seeing this character?
I don't see, like, I'm not that deep diving.
So, but next time you put that in, just look when they're running around Endor. You'll see this character pop up a few times. So they've made it canon that that's actually Captain Rex.
Because is that like a crowbar? Like I think,
it kind of
looks like it.
It kind of works if you squint. If you squint, he could almost be a clone, almost. But that's that's what's interesting is how they modeled Captain Rex in Rebels. Bald, big, bushy beard, that build, like he wasn't thin and fit anymore. And this guy kind of looks like that. So I wonder.
But let me ask you something. In Rebels, this is on purpose. He is meant to be that guy.
That's the question. Like, did they model him after that guy just so they could? But I think they've actually made it canon. They've met Dave Filoni or somebody has made it official that he's that character, and that like Harrison Dula was one of the fighter pilots up in the Death Star 2 battle. So a couple of Rebels characters had made it to Return of the Jedi.
I'm not too keen on the crowbar.
I think if they can do it convincingly, like
it has to be organic.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to do that with Ahsoka. They're going to have to like, where was Ahsoka during? She's such a powerful character. Where was she? Yeah. Well, okay. So that's gonna segue nicely into our third topic for the evening. Will Obi-Wan break canon? I know. I see at the bottom because there's a good segue though. It's almost like, do we need to jump? I think we should jump right to will Obi-Wan break canon. And I think we should let's do that.
Who's on first?
Because that's what we're talking about. All right, so let's jump over to here. We don't need to see that. All right. I bookmarked this. I spread this around. I threw it at a couple different people. Got different reactions. I wasn't trying to troll, but I was like, I'm a Hayden Christensen fan. I'm a Star Wars fan. So I was not trying to troll, but it brought up some good questions. So I'm just going to read this like often like vloggers do on here on YouTube. I'll try to keep it interesting, but I think we should just stop periodically and reflect and discuss.
I want everybody to know this is like off the cuff, zero.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I read it once. I haven't studied this article, and you haven't seen. This is fresh for you, right? So
yeah.
All right. So The Guardian, I thought it was interesting coming from The Guardian. Are we ready for the return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader? It almost sounds like they're throwing shade. We'll see.
He was not that good at the beginning. How is he going to improve?
Here we go. Yep. So the wonderful thing about Darth Vader, as far as Star Wars creatives must be concerned, is that while he did eventually cop it during the events of the original George Lucasfilm trilogy, he was alive and kicking for a much longer period than we generally witnessed on either big or small screens. There was that powerful Season 2 finale to Star Wars Rebels. I love that they're mentioning Rebels in a Guardian article, in which the Sith Lord battles his former apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. Love it. And, of course, the brief scenes in 2016's excellent film, Rogue One, both of which featured the return of James Earl Jones's essential velvety tones. Yeah. I was hooked right away with this article when they open up with Ahsoka Tano and Rebels and all that stuff. Very exciting. So What then of Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, the forthcoming Disney Plus TV show in which Hayden Christensen, he of the execrable prequels, if I've said that correctly, is billed as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. Even in the original movie, 2005's Revenge of the Sith, in which the Jedi Knight finally falls to the dark side, Lucas had Jones voice the not-so-iconic scene in which Anakin finally pulls on the dreaded shiny black armor. Do you remember that scene they're talking about?
Right.
No. Okay.
Right. He breaks the chains.
Yeah. Perhaps it was still Christensen in the suit. He certainly looked like a much titchier Vader than the one portrayed physically by the British bodybuilder Dave Prowse in the 70s and 80s films. But even if it was, the Canadian actor didn't exactly have much to do. So with that, I sent this Scotty Storm, and I were talking about this throughout the week, just texting a little bit here and there. And he's all fired up. And I sent him this article because it looked like it was written just for him, because he does not want he doesn't want Vader and Obi-Wan to have a confrontation prior to their iconic showdown final meeting at last on the Death Star in A New Hope. He thinks it's going to diminish that exchange, that iconic scene, that moment. Let's keep going. Also,
let's be honest, that was really not a moment. That was like a one swing and he's gone.
Yes, but what it stands for, not even so much like the action of it, but like we meet again at last. You know, when last we met, I was but the learner, now I'm the master. Well, when did they last meet? You might kind of think it was like at their last meeting was when Obi-Wan like made him shorter and crispier. Right. So
he cut him off at the knees.
Yeah. So he had the high ground. So like, was it then? But maybe not. All right, let's see. But also number 2, Scott was complaining that he thought Hayden just should not be in that suit. He doesn't have the presence to represent.
Well, I'm just gonna stop right there and say, yes, he does. Because on episode 3, he turns from Anakin into Darth. So he does.
He's the guy. He is.
Unless you're gonna go and CGI his face and all his motions from episodes 2 and 3, he is your guy.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
Yeah. So yeah, Scott said he would rather see because they had a stunt actor, and I wish they'd gotten Hayden for that, but for Rogue One, for the now famous hallway scene, you never want to run into a Jedi, Skywalker in a hallway.
Incredible scene.
Yeah. So he's
saying
he was saying, why don't they just get that guy to be Darth Vader in Obi-Wan? And I said, whoa, stop the clock. You put Hayden on set with Ewan McGregor, and they have history. They are brothers. They are friends. They're gonna draw all these emotions up from even just the thought, the nostalgia of working together so closely that many years ago.
You.
Right?
I hate you.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like now it's like.
I'm gonna vehemently disagree with this stance that Hayden does not belong.
Yeah, I want to get Scott on here to retort. He's been
counterpoint.
Yeah, it would be great. It would get him all fired up. But yeah, we'll do that. We'll have plenty of time because when we're gonna get 6 full episodes, and it's gonna be great. So, with the second full trailer, which just came out, the question of quite how Vader will be portrayed in the limited series has been pulled even more sharply into focus. Those who are secretly hoping Deborah Chow and her team are about to right all the wrongs of the prequels might well be disappointed, and the biggest problem could well be Christensen. This guy's just throwing shade now.
Yeah, this is like a hit piece. It's like a hatchet job.
Ben Child, dude, we're coming for you, man. We are coming for you. I hope Hayden blows the doors off of it, and this guy gets to eat this article. We'll print it out and he can eat it.
This guy sounds like a Star Trek fan.
He doesn't quite sound like. Yeah, I don't know if he's.
Set your face is to stun.
Well, the Guardian's known. I mean, I think they're kind of known for their. I mean, they might be a little bit to the left, but there's some real journalism happening there. But maybe this guy.
Well, the honest like entertainment journalism.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
like an
different.
oxymoron.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, this guy's throwing shade at the prequels and Hayden. Here he's going to throw George under the bus. One of the greatest problems with George Lucas' second Star Wars trilogy is that it was never really possible to connect the whiny teenager of Attack of the Clones and most of Revenge of the Sith to the monumentally badass figure seen in Star Wars and its follow-ups.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
This
What are you gonna do? You can't go and change it.
Yeah, it's done. This, of course, not entirely Christensen's fault, as he had the twin horrors of too much green screen acting and terrible screenwriting to cope with. This is a hit piece. Oh,
Right.
God.
Why don't you just? But the headline should be Star Wars prequels are trash.
Yeah. I hate the prequels, and I hope I don't hate Obi-Wan Kenobi is what this guy is saying.
Right.
But it's hard not to imagine that if Lucas had had an actor of the caliber of Adam Driver, who some people don't like anyway, it's, subjective.
How old is Adam Driver? How old was he? Was he gonna be Anakin? Like a kid Anakin in the pod racing? He was probably a child.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do? They're saying that, like, if Lucas had cast somebody who could have pulled it off like Adam Driver, because Adam Driver, like, he did carry a lot of the sequel, like the integrity of the sequels, right? Like he brought
Great actor.
his
I
A
don't think
game.
that he was old enough to be Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he wouldn't have.
And
yeah,
if my grandma had wheels, she would have been a bicycle.
that's right. I know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and so yeah, Adam Driver was great. As Kylo,
I like the fact that they brought in an unknown. Like, who were they gonna bring? Like Johnny Depp?
Well, they tried to get Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think it would have been probably not great. Like, we'd be talking about the same thing, but instead of
Hayden.
Christensen.
Yeah.
Well, Leo was hampered by the green screen acting and the
Yeah.
terrible script. Like, no way. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been the same conversation.
What's eating Gilbert Grape is going to be Darth Vader? Seriously?
I'm just imagining. I'm just picturing that. Let's see. He would have found
Good
something
tie into Titanic, which
more on
we were
those
talking about earlier.
That's
See?
right. Yeah. I was gonna bring it back to Titanic. Now Christensen is returning to battle Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan, who in the events of the series is holed up on Tatooine in a cave. Masquerading as Ben Kenobi, which when you think of it is not the most spectacular pseudonym. But always thought that. And keeping
Right, I'm trying to disguise my identity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my very unique last name and just put Ben in front of it.
Yeah. Well, I
and
mean,
then it's like Ben Solo. So whoa, what a departure.
It would have been it's a real
Ben Solo came after, so that doesn't count.
That's right. Ben Solo.
What Ben Solo
a lot of Bens. There's a lot of Bens out there in Star Wars.
Benjamin.
Let's see. Keeping one eye out for the safety of a preteen Luke Skywalker, it appears Vader has sent various baddies out into space to try to track him down, namely Rupert Friend's Grand Inquisitor, a sort of Imperial SS type, and his red lightsaber wielding minion. I'm going to call her Reva because I've not heard her name pronounced. But it could be Reva, like Darth Revan, so I'm not sure.
That's a referencing to like Nazism, always.
What, the red and the black and white
Everything,
motif?
the formations of the troopers, now the SS. Like there's a reference to these Inquisitors being like the SS.
Yeah. Well, they're the ultimate bad guys, right?
I was gonna say prototypical bad guy.
Yeah. So McGregor, we know, will be a tour de force in the new show, even if he is given the most limited material to work with. Friend and Moses Ingram as Reva already look like two of the coolest Star Wars villains we've yet seen. The return of Joel Edgerton as Anakin's stepbrother Owen Lars in the new trailer is hugely welcome. The Australian is a serious Hollywood player these days, even if his role in the prequels was pretty limited. But Chow's best bet here would be to keep Christensen's involvement to a minimum, perhaps appearing only briefly during a scene. This guy's writing the whole script himself now.
Right.
In which Vader's suit is damaged and his original voice bleeds through. Something similar happened during the previously mentioned battle with Ahsoka Tano. This would allow Reva and the Grand Inquisitor to do most of the bad guy heavy lifting, leaving Vader as more of a background figure. And yet Christensen's involvement has been so heavily trailed that you wonder if this is the way Lucasfilm is planning to go.
This is the way. But here's the thing. You cannot make Vader a bit player in this. He's like one of the, if not the major player in this, because he's the antagonist. He's looking for those babies.
He is, but they are by proxy. He's got them doing. The Inquisitors are the ones hunting down like all the Jedi and stuff, right? So
I guess, but he's going to be commanding, directing. He's the Lord.
Lord Vader. But just think, I mean, he didn't. It could
hey,
be.
Lord Vader, quick update. You know, we're gonna have a Zoom meeting.
Well, I mean, think about how Rogue One played out. That's kind of how Rogue One played out, right? Like.
But I think that was to me very deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, again, he stole the entire movie in that short scene. That was the impactful. If you're gonna pepper him in for the factor of wanting, leaving us wanting more, I can see that. But there's also another factor in play, which there have to be flashback scenes. There have to be. And he's gonna have to be playing himself on those flashback scenes. There's no way that they're not gonna flash back to when they were still palling around and being master and apprentice.
Ooh,
There's no way.
Can you imagine? They could. They easily could.
I think like Book of Boba, they did a lot of flashbacking to when he was in the Sarlacc pit, which I wish would have been longer, but still.
Yeah, that was a little paint by numbers.
How long is he really going to be being digested for thousands of years in that pit? So I get it that it had to be quick. But there's flashback potentials.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I
didn't think
he's going to be behind the mask, and he's 3/4 robot. Who cares who's behind the mask?
Yeah.
Bring the bodybuilder out and have. They're not gonna put scrawny, you know what I mean? He's not gonna be like, oh, now here, excuse me, I'm Darth Vader. Scrawny. There's still gonna have to be an imposing figure, tall.
Hayden's not short. He's 6 feet or so.
He's not built like Vader.
Pads.
Right. But
pad him up.
It's like I think that his play, because otherwise the voice is gonna be in that modulator. You don't even know. So what's the point of bringing him in? They're bringing him for flashbacks. It has to be. Interesting.
Okay. All right. That's the first I've even considered that. I thought. I don't know how I was like kind of in denial that he was even going to be in it for a bit, because I didn't want them to disrupt A New Hope. But he's in it, and like this author is saying, author in quotation marks, they're marketing him heavily. Like this is the big showdown, before the big showdown.
And I think that there might be like a cat and mouse thing.
Oh yeah.
They sense each other.
Yeah.
They're still united by the Force, even though Darth is on the dark side of the Force. He feels the presence. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna have a showdown. There's gonna be maybe close calls. You just missed them.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to deliver. They're gonna have to give us the Vader hallway scene, but throw Obi-Wan in there this time.
Right, and but it's gonna be a draw. The rubber match is New Hope.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a draw. There has to be one where they duke it out, and somebody's in trouble, and they have to part ways, and it's gonna stay like, oh, well, that's the last time they met, and then they finish it off at New Hope. We already know that, so it's like a foregone conclusion for us because we've seen.
Yeah.
the conclusion of that meeting. But there's no reason for them not to share a moment.
Let's, on that note, because this will tie into that, there's also the issue of continuity to deal with, which is what we're about to talk about. The best Star Wars entries of the past 20 years, like Rogue One, have somehow managed to close gaping plot holes in earlier films. How did the Rebels manage to blow up the Death Star rather than opening new ones? And yet, if Obi-Wan really does come face-to-face with Vader once again, what does that do in the line in 1977 Star Wars in which the Sith Lord states, "We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master." It would now make about as much sense as Lucas's decision to add loads of... Oh, shut up.
Well, let's talk about continuity for a second.
Yeah, that's what that's my biggest concern about this. I'm not concerned about quality or acting. I think it's going to be top notch there, but I'm worried about the breaking the story, and I don't mean breaking in a good way.
How do we go from, would you say 35-year-old Obi-Wan delivering the kid?
I don't remember. I don't know how old he was. Maybe older, maybe 40, 45.
All right, so let's just say 45 to like a 70-year-old in 17 years.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
All right, we got no. I'm not talking about the physical. Look, twin sons on Tatooine will mess you up, my man.
Okay.
That's my only. That's my only. That's how I reason that. But yeah, I'm with you. I understand. Yeah, that the physical continuity.
So, but what's the question?
The question is, like, that line is so crucial. When I left you, I was but the learner. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. How do you work around that? How do you work this in? How do you work new mythology into that pretty clearly stated recount?
So this is why they don't want the showdown.
Yeah, this is why I would.
One line.
This is why I would argue against it.
Oh, well, that's fair, but still, Hayden has a part in flashbacks. That's for sure. They can go elaborate more on their relationship when they're not, when they're like on their time off. Like, it's not all about work. We only see them working. Like, when do these guys go and it's like, oh, we punched out, and it's like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to Home Depot.
Yeah, let's get some shawarma.
Right. I know a really good sushi place around here. You want to check it out?
So there's another line in Star Wars that is kind of, you can't reconcile it with the prequels, and that is in Return of the Jedi when Luke and Leia are speaking outside in the dark, and the Ewok village.
Right.
And he goes, he wants to tell her, like, you're my sister. And he's trying to figure out how to tell her without putting her into shock, and like how to gently give her this information. He says, "What do you remember about your mother?" And she's like, "Well," I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, "Well, feelings, mostly, or something." She has memories of her mother, but her mother died at childbirth. So who is she talking about?
But if you think about the fact that these people have, quote unquote, the Force that inhabits within them, and let's talk about the fact that at the end there's like 4 dead guys waving at them, giving them the thumbs up. You killed it. So there's no reason for them not to be able to have a connection to their mom through the Force.
Okay. Ooh,
feelings.
Nice.
She had feelings.
There we go. You are the man. I love it.
I don't know what's happening because I'm not aware that I have the Force running through my veins, and I'm not already I'm just learning that my brother's a Jedi Master that eventually trains me in the ways of the Force.
Yeah.
Before she becomes General Leia, whatever.
Yeah.
But they always had like these weird vibes and feelings. Like I always felt something.
Mm-hmm.
When he's dangling off of that tower
on Bespin, Cloud City,
and she's like, "Luke, like I can feel him.
Yeah.
Turn around." I know where he's at.
Yeah.
GPS it.
So you think that she had she had some kind of
She had to have awareness.
like.
There's no way that a person that's that strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is.
She is the daughter of Darth Vader too. Like that's.
Yeah. So she might have had some kind of connection with her mother, like
for sure. And that
natal, like.
She is Padme's daughter. Like Padme was a strong, like those two people, like that bloodline.
That's a serious. Yeah, that's some Naboo royalty right there.
Right, it continues all the way through to the end.
Yeah. I always try to like figure maybe it, like Bail Organa adopted Leia and then had, he had his wife, but maybe she died like when Leia was really, really young. But I don't know if that's true. She might have died on.
Did he have a wife? I thought he was like a single dad.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he had a wife. We'll have to.
Like Danny Tanner.
I'll have to look that up. All right, so let's see. So we'll see. It'll be something to watch. I'll be watching it with bated breath to see how that connects. So then there's a danger here that without the 91-year-old Jones doing the iconic voice, how does this guy know he's not going to do the voice? I think James Earl Jones is still in relatively good health for his age.
Besides, all you have to do is send him like a mic to his house.
Yeah.
And just put him in a quiet room and just record.
Yeah, he just needs a Rodecaster Pro and some sound effects. Then he can.
They're not putting him on a treadmill. Here, run while you speak. He's just gonna be laying down. He could do that in his sleep.
Yeah. So this guy, I think people are assuming James Earl Jones isn't doing it because he's not I don't think he's on the IMDb list, but that could be a nice surprise for everybody.
But even still, like they have enough of his voice and footage.
Yeah, they're making Luke dialogue. They're making 30-year-old Luke dialogue.
So they can just pay him some royalties to use his voice.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a check. He's not credited, but they can just computer make his voice. Like I was watching, what was it I was watching? And it was, it was the Andy Warhol. There's a show about Andy Warhol. I don't want to dive into art and all that stuff, but they took a lot of voice recordings of Andy Warhol.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who did that? Who did that? Who directed that?
It's on HBO Max. I don't know who did it. I can then go and look.
It's somebody.
Was it HBO Max?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, they have he's reading his diary, but it's Andy's voice.
Yeah.
Recreated with all of the digital recording, not digital recordings, but all the recordings that they had of him. They could now piece together him reading his diary.
Yeah, so I think they had a question about like the ethical soundness of that.
Deep fake thing. It's like that's that raises a lot of questions about ethicality.
Yeah.
There's this dude walking around like Tom Cruise now.
I love that. I love that kid. He needs to work on his voice a little bit, but he's got it. He's got it everywhere else. It's so funny. I saw him do he leapfrogged over.
Was it
not Jordan Peele? Keegan Key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keenan.
He like leapfrogged over him, and then
that dude is tall.
Yeah, that was some stunt. That was awesome. All right, so so the guy says like, "Oh, I love Star Wars. I hope it's as good as The Mandalorian."
Yeah, everybody loves it, but then they trash it.
I know.
I love it, but it sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's in good hands. Let these people work.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my criticism in some areas, but
yeah,
as a whole, it's been great.
It's been great. We got more Star Wars, and some of it is some of it's more memorable and just more thoughtful and better executed. But Yeah, something for everybody in the old Star Wars. So then the other thing I wanted to cover, let's see, let me get us back to this, and we have, they actually have Ewan. We're kind of in prequel mode now, I guess, because we're talking about Ewan McGregor, right? So there's an article, and I haven't read this one yet, but I kind of got my attention. It's nice to watch them now, knowing that people love them. Is what his quote is. Let's see here.
Knowing that people love them, huh? Okay.
Yeah, because just think about it. Like after all the
hate,
insurmountable hype, and then the hate for years, and like it kind of
that's
like
what I think. That's kind of like a tough spot because if you think about it, you're stepping into
something
this
so iconic.
franchise
Yeah.
that any misstep is going to be huge. You know, it's going to be widely panned. Any misstep could have been anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. I don't think that anybody could have done anything to make those immediate smash successes.
The prequels.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're coming off of, you know, it starts with A New Hope. It creates the entire universe. It's a sensation in the 70s when the internet was not around, and it's still like, how long was this in the theaters? It was for like a year.
Yeah, and then it like returned like for a, you know.
And then the sequel is better than the original, which is very rare. I don't know that it's happened many times.
Not
maybe
too many.
Godfather 2.
That's it. Yeah, that might be the only other
Maybe.
one. Yeah.
But then, you know, you hold Star Wars in the same breath as Godfather. It's like the ones that started it all. The sequels were better, but the first ones are still up there. It's difficult to like put them one over the other because this is the one that started it all. With like Star Wars, you don't have Return, you know,
Empire. Yeah.
Empire. So that cultural phenomenon that basically took over the world in an era where you didn't have all the communications and all this media attention and 24 hours news cycles, and that was happening, and now you're coming in later and it's like it's only the only way is down. You know what I mean? The benchmark was set like so high and so early on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how do you can't
top it. You just have to hope to replicate it.
Yeah.
And then these people are the ones that get the brunt of the criticism. The people that are the
in
faces
front of the camera. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Criticism. That poor little kid that played Anakin.
Jake.
They messed up his life.
Yeah, poor Jake Lloyd, man.
He went down like a downward spiral of because people hated him so much.
Yeah.
What did the kid do? He read what was in front of him. And he was Anakin. He was chosen. He was the chosen.
He was the chosen one. And I say he did the best he could. He was an innocent little child.
He was a little kid.
We watched The Phantom Menace again recently with the girls, and they thought he was funny. They loved him. He's just a little kid. He's cute. Wow, he gets to fly his own starship, and he built a droid, and he raced a pod, and my girls loved him.
Right, but you're now looking at from the unbiased eyes of children.
Right, which is what he's an innocent child, and like you just said, he was just given the lines to read, and he read them as best he could, and he was
no Macaulay Culkin. The Macaulay Culkin is like another flashing, like a lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin has this thing that he does, and it's Macaulay Culkin,
Right.
You couldn't have cast Macaulay Culkin in this because he's Macaulay Culkin. He does that thing,
right?
That goofy little breathing out of mouth breathing, like saying weird stuff with a weird delivery.
But he was, like you catch that, and it was perfect for Home Alone. If we're referencing Home Alone,
yeah,
he was perfect for that. Like it was lightning in a bottle. Like they couldn't have brought another kid off the street that was gonna deliver what he delivered for that movie. this kid, like, I don't know who you could have picked. Now hindsight is like, oh, you could have gone with, I don't know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, to just throw out a name of a guy that was a kid actor that now has gravitas.
Right.
But that's hindsight. Hindsight is always 2020. How do you know?
You don't. Yeah.
So
The
poor
kid who
his
got
life wrecked.
the kid
Like
who
all these
got
people.
runner up, the kid that almost got it. He there was some feature on him. Like,
Where is he now? He's selling hot dogs in Times Square.
Yeah, I think he said he's glad. It was like he dodged a bullet, and he was fantastic. He's in the making of documentary for Phantom Menace, and he looks great. He's more serious. Like, he's not.
Well, your favorite dude, the Jar Jar Binks guy. What
Yeah.
did that guy do except perform a job that he was hired to do?
Yeah, he almost took his own life over that, man. That's where that's just inexcusable.
Is this live? Is this live chat?
Yeah.
The name of the stormtrooper and direct reference to the Nazis. Oh, so there you go.
Yeah, the SS, the stormtroopers. But yeah, all those guys. Like, I think it took a long time for what am I trying to say here? I'm getting distracted. For Jar Jar, it took a long time for Ahmed Best to come around to warm up to Star Wars again.
But I wouldn't want to hear about Star Wars if I were in his spot.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's like, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah. But I would just do it. I don't know. I say that now, but I would just.
Yeah, but you're not in that spot where you're like, you ruined my childhood.
Can you imagine?
Because
Yeah.
you know how these people are so passionate about nonsense. You destroyed everything that was meaningful.
Yeah.
And that,
oh, those
and
jerks.
it's like, dude, chill out. It was just a movie. It was
Yeah.
just a part that I played, and that was the script that was given to me. You didn't even see my face in it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. That monster did it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's see. On that note, man, this is all segueing together really nicely today. Let me get back to that article. And we're looking at IndieWire. And Ray's chiming in tonight. He says Paddington 2, I guess, is one of his favorite sequels, as good as the original.
Okay, I don't know that I would rank it up there with The Godfather 2.
All right, Ray.
But hey,
I respect your.
appreciate-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
So, let's see what Ewan has to say, and this is probably going to just kind of echo.
I'm hung up on Paddington 2 now.
I know. I don't know if we've seen that or not. I don't know if the girls have seen those Paddington movies. They must have. I think they've seen the one, whichever one he's splashing in a bubble bath and makes a mess of the house. And
I haven't seen Paddington 1, let alone
Yeah.
Paddington. I didn't even know that there was a Paddington 2.
Yeah, I didn't know there was either. All right, so decades ago, it would have been almost unthinkable that Star Wars fans would clamor to see more of the characters from George Lucas's prequel trilogy. But that's exactly what's happening, as Ewan McGregor is returning to the franchise for Obi-Wan Kenobi, a new Disney Plus series that marks one of the spring's most anticipated television events. That's true. Mythology from the prequel films inform much of The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, but Obi-Wan Kenobi is Disney's biggest dive back into the prequel world thus far. That's not true. They just totally discounted the Clone Wars. 7 seasons of the Clone Wars, but if we're talking live action, that's different.
Live action, yeah. Well, let's give them.
We'll give them the benefit. Yeah, give them a pass. All right. And their timing might be perfect as the series is coming out as many fans discover a new appreciation for the prequel trilogy that they once derided. That's interesting. Or there's just new fans. I found a new appreciation for it coming out of watching the Clone Wars. I will say that. They're right about that. One Star Wars fan who recently revisited The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith was Ewan McGregor. The star recently stopped by Jimmy Kimmel Live and revealed that he watched all the prequel films while he prepared to film the new show. Oh, that's interesting.
That's good prep.
Yeah. I watched all of them to prepare for this because the last one I did, we shot episode 3 in Sydney, Australia in 2003, I think McGregor said. So it's been quite some time, almost 20 years. McGregor acknowledged that the initial response to the prequels was disappointing, but expressed his gratitude that fans are beginning to see the films in a new light. It was tricky at the time. They weren't overwhelmingly embraced by everybody when they came out, our prequels, he said. It was nice to watch them now, knowing that people love them, that the kids who we made them for at the time, they loved those films a lot. It was nice to watch them with that sense. That's sweet.
That's a key right there.
Yeah.
And that's what you said when you showed it to the girls, and they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So all the hate came from the adults.
Us jerks in our 20s.
Right. That's who hated it.
Yeah.
All the kids loved it.
Yeah.
Any kid that you show that to is going to like it.
I don't...
It's got the robust Jar Jar Binks for the children. I'm sure it was funny and silly. So those kids have fun memories, and they're probably thinking now, it's like, I don't know why you people hated so much about him.
Yeah.
Those, that was my childhood. It's the same thing with us and New Hope and
mm-hmm. The only thing that's hard to explain to a child is the unfair taxation of outlying systems.
Right, and the Trade Federation.
Yeah, and Senate hearings and like representatives and.
In between that boring stuff, you have laser guns shooting, pew pew, and
yeah.
you have lightsabers, and you have these guys zooming around these flying cars.
Let me say, as I get older, I more and more appreciate those scenes in the Galactic Senate and the procedures and the voting of no confidence.
It's like watching C-SPAN.
Yeah, which you get for some reason, as you turn into an old man, you really have I say the royal you. I like I like following politics. It's very interesting.
Well, one of the things that I liked about this is a whole curveball, but Game of Thrones. Like the pageantry.
Pageantry is a good word for it.
Having to present all the names of the Breaker of Chains and the Mother of Dragons and this, that, and the other. That was kind of interesting to me. So
yeah, ceremony, formality, like
right, and it's
tradition.
Also, as you've gotten older and you start appreciating the story more, and you're looking more for the story, and the action just like falls to like the back seat. So all these scenes that are filler for the children, or they're bored out of their minds while they're talking, those are the interesting points for us.
Yeah.
That's what they meant with this. And that's why this treaty was so important.
Yeah.
And
they must sign the treaty
to give him the maximum power.
I think it's masterful, the Emperor's story arc, like coming up from being just a senator from Naboo to becoming the Emperor of the Galactic Empire.
And there was a key moment where he's like, I'm not keeping these absolute powers. Once everything is restored, I'm immediately giving them up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's like, there's people taking notes from this, or this, this was definitely cribbed from.
Well, this is I don't want to draw parallels to our current political situations, but yeah,
you sure could.
No, I'm not keeping them. I'm giving them up as soon as things go back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that and then it's like, no, psych.
Yeah.
Galactic Empire.
It was smart. George knows. He must have. What was his major? Was he? I think he was a. I don't know if it was.
He time traveled.
I don't think it was political. Poli-sci. I don't think it was that. I know the answer. I've just read about him. And I know he ended up going to USC Film School, but I think he was studying. Oh, it must have been like philosophy, because of Joseph Campbell, and I think he had a hankering for philosophy. But he definitely had the political science down for the Emperor's journey, right?
They should have seen it coming. I'm gonna say the Galactic Senate they were asleep at the wheel.
I mean, I thought Terrence Stamp made a fantastic Chancellor. They should have just left him where he was, but maybe there's more to him than we know. He only had like 2 lines in the whole movie, unfortunately. I'm still bummed about that. That you get one of the finest actors on the planet and you give him 2 lines.
Well, then that's
It happens.
maybe that's a more thought out gripe.
Yeah,
About these films.
it's a more mature like
right.
grievance. Terrence Stamp slighted. All right, let's see. In another recent interview, I like how all these articles are just pulled from like other articles and TV spots and stuff, or TV appearances. McGregor emphasized how important the prequel films are to understanding Obi-Wan Kenobi, saying that the show's dark turn is a result of the events in Revenge of the Sith. Obi-Wan is lost. He's a broken man after what happened with the Jedi Order at the end of Episode 3, but also what happened with Anakin, that he lost him to the dark side. He feels an enormous amount of responsibility for that and guilt. Dun dun dun. And
it's giving you like more stuff to put in the stew. Like, this guy is we're going deeper.
Yeah.
Than we ever had before. Not that they didn't deep dive into his whole thing, but it's very interesting to see like this perspective of what is going through this guy. And I don't know where we're gonna pick up. That's another fascinating thing about the show. Is like, where is it gonna start? Is it gonna start later on and come back, or is it gonna be like immediately after he does the delivery? I mean, does he go to like rental.com? Where does he live?
Where's
does
he?
he have an
Yeah.
apartment? Does he have a studio apartment?
Apartment finder.
Or is he living in a cave? And he's wrestling with all these demons. Especially, like it seems like because of the relationship that he held with Anakin, that's gonna be like a heavy driving force. But then also is having to protect this child and make sure that everything is okay.
Yeah.
Does he stay this whole time in Tatooine, or is he like bouncing around and then coming in and checking in? There's so many questions.
There's so many questions. There's so many possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only 6 episodes.
But
that's a really long movie if you think about it.
As long as they keep them to like 58 minutes per episode, don't give me the 30-minute BS.
I know that I do not like when I pull up a new episode of Book of Boba or Mando and it says like 32 minutes, 35 minutes. I'm like, you got to give me more than that.
Right. So are the next ones going to be like 2 hours long?
As far as what, Obi-Wan?
No, what I'm saying is you see the 30-minute episodes, like I said, it's going to be 2 hours.
Then they have to like, It seems like if they're pacing the story right, then they all kind of come in like 44 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. But
that's fair. I mean, don't.
That's a good running time for Breaking Bad and Sopranos and stuff like that. Well, I mean, they had commercials for Sopranos, but
no Sopranos. Don't give me the dream episodes like Sopranos.
Well,
that's the Fly episode.
Yeah.
From Breaking Bad.
That's kind of what Boba was doing in that back to tank. He was kind of like daydreaming about his past, right?
Right. As long as it has purpose. As long as you're gonna show me, he's daydreaming in the back to tank, but don't show me like he's just in the back to tank and they're just showing me him in the back to tank. And that's it. Just shaking around. What's happening?
Come on, New Zealand, try something new.
He's on the Polynesian spa.
I am Boba Fett. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.
I hope that there's meat. I hope that there's a lot of meat in these episodes, and it's not, we have 6 episodes. Give me the entire meal.
Well, we're getting 2 portions of that meal. It's going to be on the 27th. This guy who wrote this article, Christian Zilko, on May 7th, he said it's coming out on May 25th, so his readers are misinformed. It's actually coming out on the 27th.
Gotcha.
But we're getting 2 episodes. Originally, it was supposed to come out on May 25th, which would tie-in with the anniversary of the release of A New Hope.
Not for nothing. I'm enjoying that they're spacing out these series to one episode a week.
Yeah.
Instead of dropping everything at once.
Yeah,
I do. Every
too.
streamer should follow that format.
Yeah, well, that's highly debatable. Some people just want everything all at once, but I'm with you. I like that. It gives us something to look forward to and to talk about and to anticipate. If we watch it all at once, it's like...
Right, you have these nut jobs that are like, oh, it came out yesterday and I watched it 17 times already.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with these people?
How? Did you not sleep for 3 days in a row to watch it 3 times?
Yeah, don't you have any responsibilities?
Right, and then it's like, oh, well, spoiler alert, episode 7 when he says this, and it's like, oh, dude, I'm like on episode 3, and I had to go to work, like you said.
Yeah, I have a life.
Practice.
And
I haven't gotten to that episode. It's like, oh, sorry, I thought that you had seen it. No,
yeah.
Let's space it out. And if anything, what I'll do is I'll wait a couple weeks, and then I'll have 2 in a row, and I'll watch those 2 in a row. Because there's so much content to see. It's so much. Like, you can't keep up. There's no way.
I tried for a long time, and I just gave up. I don't care if I don't belong to the cool club. I cannot keep up with every show. I have to, honestly, I have to hear a lot of hype from a lot of different sources before I will jump on something at this point. I don't have time to risk. I have no time to waste.
It's valuable.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of not good stuff out there.
Yeah.
And you just waste your time. It's like, 40 minutes getting into the story, and then all of a sudden you watch episode 2, and it's a...
Yeah, I've dropped a few shows over the years that I used to just, if I started something, I would finish it. Generally, even like if a book wasn't that great, a novel, I'd just still like plow through, but I just don't do it anymore.
I've dropped shows that people find incredible. Like, I haven't finished watching like Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. That it's like, it's
yeah.
Then enough time goes by that it's like, oh, I don't remember how I left off, so I got to start off at episode 1.
Yeah, that's
and then I trail
tough.
off at the same time I trailed off the last time, and it might just be 1 or 2 episodes that don't hold my interest for very long, and then that's where it dies.
Yeah, if I step away long enough where I don't remember where I left off, it's game over.
Sorry, content creators.
This deal is
But
getting
it's
worse
true.
all the
It
time.
has to be like very hot. If not, I'll resort to like watching old episodes of Seinfeld or something.
That's easy. But we've been watching Simpsons a little bit here and there, like an episode here and there.
Simpsons goes on for hours because it's like stuff that I don't necessarily need to pay attention to.
Yeah, you can like pay attention for a minute, and you're gonna catch a good joke, and then you can phase out for a little bit. So last but not least for this Obi-Wan centric episode of our show, of our live stream.
I want to call him Ben.
Ben, we should call him Ben so he's safe. He'll be safer that way. We got some great news. If I can get back to we've got John Williams, like the hardest working man in show business for like the last 60 years. He has written a theme for Obi-Wan Kenobi for Ben. Did you know there's never been a Ben Kenobi theme?
I did not know that.
Not
but
specifically.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, not specifically, but here we are again with Christian Zilko, IndieWire, and I already scrolled down to see that he got it right this time. Obi-Wan Kenobi premieres on May 27th. Can't he just go back into the HTML and fix that other article quickly? So
it's called lazy writing.
So he's not misinforming people. This was a day later. He got it right a day later.
Well, he heard this and he's like, oh, snap, let me go fix that.
All right. So the world of Star Wars returns in a big way. We know this. All right. It just wouldn't be, but for many, it just wouldn't be Star Wars without John Williams. Yes and no. The Oscar winner's iconic music still defines a massive science fiction franchise. I mean, we've got some amazing new Star Wars music coming out, like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Right? We've got
credit where credit is due.
Yes,
I like that.
The Oscar winner's iconic music still defines blah, 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 steps back and lets younger composers work on Star Wars projects. His presence continues to be felt. He's working on Indiana Jones 5 and The Fabelmans, so he was unavailable to score the show. Composing duties fell to Loki and Paddington composer
There you go.
Natalie
Paddington.
Holt. Ray.
No, we gotta go watch Paddington.
Oh,
my
man.
God. Is it gonna be as good as
See?
Godfather 2?
Ray, you were right. I'm going to give him a little shout out. Where's Ray?
Where's Ray?
The music on Loki was really good. I can't speak for Paddington, but that Loki was pretty hot.
I'm gonna take this guy's word for it.
So Natalie Holt spoke to The Hollywood Reporter about the process of working on the series. It turns out that Williams couldn't completely stay away from Star Wars and still found time to contribute some music to the upcoming series. There's a Matt, my buddy Matt, sent me a link to a video of like England's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, one of those Got Talent shows, and these two like opera singers, like a duo, are up on stage and they're just singing and just tearing the house, bringing the house down. And then this attractive young woman just walks right up in between these two guys as they're singing on stage with a basket full of eggs or a bowl full of eggs and just starts chucking them at Simon Cowell. Like, have you seen this?
No, but she's become like my favorite person in the whole wide world.
That's Natalie Holt, this composer. She did that on live television. Oh. And I don't know anything about the backstory other than you just see this woman come out and just start pelting him at that stupid table where the judges sit.
But was this part of the talent, or was this
No.
like a protest?
I think it was a protest. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet, but
This is tantamount to Sinead O'Connor tearing up like the Pope's picture
yeah, on SNL. Yeah.
In the history of good over evil. She was singing Bob Marley's War.
Cut.
What are you doing?
Oh, that's cool. She was singing Marley though.
Yeah, War.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a chilling moment. That was wild. I remember that. It turns out, okay, so we didn't collaborate, but I did get to use his theme. Holt said when asking about working with Williams, he didn't have very long, and it was quite. Was she talking about his life? Because he's like 95 or he didn't have very long, and it was quite last minute whether he'd have time or not. But he really wanted to write that theme because he was the one character that he didn't write the theme for in the original movie. So I think he had this feeling that he wanted to complete the challenge. That
reminds me of one of my bosses. Wherever I needed to like talk to him about something, every time I stepped into his office, he's like, "I got 2 minutes." And it's like, well, I have like a 30-minute discussion.
Yeah, when do
2
you
minutes, that's it. It's like, all right, well, then I'm not gonna let them. I'll do it some other time. But this is every time. So this sounds like that. It's like, hey, Mr. Williams, I got 2 minutes.
Yeah. I can hum a few bars. You write this down. Already? I think he had 2 weeks. He came on board and wrote the Obi theme and a suite, which is the main title, and then a few variations of how the Obi theme can work. She said that was what he had time to give the project. And it was just a gift. It's so perfect, and in a way, once I had that Obi theme, it set the tent poles up for the project. Since Disney began to devote the bulk of its Star Wars efforts to television projects, certain stars have complained that TV shows are less important than the films. Certain stars have complained that, what? We'll have to click through that. While some feel that the franchise needs the gravitas of the big screen, Holt believes that Williams' involvement with Obi-Wan Kenobi lends credibility both to the show and to the medium of television. People used to look down, I think, on TV, she said. John Williams is now providing the theme for a TV show. I think we're all in good company. Obi-Wan Kenobi premieres on May 27th. And I thought John Williams started out as a television composer back in like the 50s, but so maybe he just came right full circle, right back where he...
I was going to joke about some innocuous TV show. Oh, he wrote the theme to, like, I don't know, Dragnet or something.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that'd be iconic. I think he did do a couple of
it's been a while, but I think TV is as highly regarded. So I don't know who these actors are or whoever it is.
Who says this?
Certain stars have complained that TV shows like this.
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Oh my God.
Come on, Liam Neeson. That is old school flex right there. That's an old school move to come off like that, especially when he's Apprentice.
I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to TV.
Liam Neeson would only return for Star Wars.
Well, he's dead already, so on
But
the movies.
But
so
also he did voice Qui-Gon in Rebels, I believe. So
don't expect Qui-Gon. Right, but
I think that might be
this might be like a misquote.
Yeah, I think that's out of context. That's BS. I don't like this guy, Christian
But back
Zoko.
to John Williams, he makes orchestra music and classical music cool. Like he is the quintessential. And to circle back to the beginning of the show, when I was talking to you about my brother loves orchestra music. I'm dying to take him to like Lincoln Center to go and see the orchestra play.
Yeah.
So he's got more culture in his pinky than I do because he loves Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and all that stuff. So this is good. I mean, I'm glad that they feel legitimized by the fact that he's coming into a TV show, but I don't think that you need to be looked down upon or feel like you're being looked down upon. No longer. Like TV.
No,
It's been years.
HBO changed that, right?
Sopranos,
yeah.
The Wire, Breaking Bad. All of these are franchises that you could not tell a story in 2 hours, and that are up to the level of movies. Like I don't care. Like what's his name? Gandolfini, may he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
He was as big a star for being Tony Soprano.
God, he was.
And
amazing.
even if you saw him in a movie, there's Tony Soprano playing a gay guy.
Yeah.
He was Tony. He no matter what role he played in any movie, he was Tony Soprano. So that goes to show that TV is no longer the stepchild, the little brother.
Not for
movies.
A long, long time.
Mm.
Now it's almost like it's just kind of expected now. Like I remember even when we were still coming to that point where TV was more was as prestigious or like on the same footing with film as like something an actor would pursue, like cameos on SNL. Remember, like in the 2010s, like people just started popping in. They did it a little bit here and there. Like the only other big cameo I remember before like the trend of it or always being a celebrity just popping in was like, do you remember when the Joe Pesci show? Do you remember?
Right, with Goat Boy.
Yeah. Do you remember when De Niro and Pesci showed up?
They beat him up with bats.
Yeah.
With the rubber bats.
That was like iconic. That was an iconic appearance. But now that stuff happens like every week. Someone just shows up off the streets of New York and like.
Oh, I'm in town. I'm just gonna pop in and see what they got.
Yeah, I think these actors are dying to get on television. Is what I'm saying. Like.
But like going back to like The Sopranos, it's like 7 seasons, 13 episodes. That's a nice, stable amount of income. And then these people, when you get into like Friends territory and they're making $1 million an episode.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that had a lot to do with it too, right? And they went on.
I'm making $13 million to show up and do a couple, like
22-minute episodes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Instead of 16 grueling hours of hair and makeup for like 6 months.
Just being on set for 14 hours a day for the dead of night.
It's gotta be attractive.
Yeah.
To make that kind of money. Charlie Sheen at some point he was making crazy amounts of money doing that stupid 2 men and a little kid, whatever.
Ugh, awful.
And it was a dumb show, but he was, it was the #1 show, the #1 comedy. He was making tons of money.
Yeah.
So it's not.
It's times are different for sure. But speaking of making lots of money, look at this. Like I couldn't believe
Tiger Blood. Speaking of Tiger Blood,
I can't believe Ray. I think he was pulling our leg, but Paddington.
Whoa, certified fresh.
99%.
All right, Ray.
I don't think any film that is on my top 10 list has 99%. I don't think.
Well, look, pull up Godfather 2. Let's see.
Okay.
I mean, how does it stack up to Paddington 2?
See, even The Godfather Part 2,
Blasphemy.
96%. People don't get it. Oh, the audience score is higher though. But like when
Whoa.
all the critics give Paddington 2 a 99%, what? What?
It's a perfect film.
My God. And then our girl from Obi-Wan is the composer.
It's what we need to send to the aliens to show, for them to show their faces. Paddington 2.
All right, let's wrap things up here, but quickly, you want me to see if I can find this
Yes.
Simon Cowell eggs.
You need to back that up with Sinead O'Connor singing War.
All right, Britain's Got Talent. I think I described it pretty accurately. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Ay, Dios mío. All right. Oh,
This is like Il Bolo or something.
Look. Chuck. Oh, she's got a whole carton. Oh, she's smiling. See, look how cute she is. Oh, now she just got like bum rushed.
Oh, she was dressed like the choir.
Oh, I didn't get this clip.
But was it Simon? Was it really Simon?
Yeah, hold on. I think they cut. I saw an edited piece. I didn't. All right, look. Simon's got. I think he's standing up. He's got a tech.
Changing his shirt.
Yeah.
I was going to use a term
look.
we should not use for Dad Wars.
What I miss?
No, I was going to use a term for...
Apologies for that happening. Obviously, that was not part of the act. We'll get to the bottom of what that was. So well done for carrying on. You're very professional.
That was the future composer of Star Wars.
That is wild, man. And these guys are there like, oh my God, like now they're gonna think that this was us. They're gonna X us out.
Yeah.
She killed
but
their careers.
The show must go on. They didn't flinch.
See, she's dressed like the choir. She had like the perfect subterfuge.
We'll have to solve this riddle. Isn't that wild?
It's a cliffhanger. That Wars cliffhanger.
Oh man, to be continued. It was 100%, but got one bad review a few years after it was released. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You're welcome, Ray.
Ray, answer this quick. Do I need to watch Paddington 1 to understand Paddington 2?
Yeah, are there any plot points that will be...
Or can I just pick it up on 2? Like, I don't need all the fluff. I just want to go straight to the
Yeah,
sauce.
I want to get right to the good stuff. Oh my God.
Is there anything ranked higher or as high?
I don't know.
Like, I know we want to wrap up, but there's like so many questions now with this 99%. The Godfather 2 has 96%. Like, think about that.
All right, let's see about The Godfather itself.
I think that might be ranked higher. And then, honestly, I think it's a better film, but the action on Godfather 2 is better. Because there's so much of it.
The pacing of Godfather 2, just like in the casting, the flashbacks, like it's just...
Right. And then when he's settling all family business, like those...
Man.
And I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
Yeah.
I think you can just watch 2. Okay, all right.
Godfather...
I'm going to go watch that right now.
Paddington 2?
Yeah. I need to see it.
We'll do a Friday movie night with the girls, and we'll watch it Friday. I've still got to watch. Ray,
it's better than The Godfather.
Yeah, Godfather. 97% only.
See?
Only.
Oh my God. Coppola needs to go back to school and study Paddington 2.
Who
and try
directed?
again with The Godfather.
Who directed Paddington 2?
We need to resurrect Brando.
How is it possible?
He schooled Coppola
My gosh.
with a bear that wears
There's
a
some
red
some
hat.
kind of a conspiracy. There's a payoff. Somebody got paid off. Maybe
Payola.
yeah, payola. Maybe they split. So because you and I didn't even know there was a Paddington 2, right? That's because they took half of their marketing budget and just like bribed
Splurged
all the reviewers, 250 professional film reviewers, paid them off, got this boosted, and now they're making a killing on like streaming and rentals.
But I didn't even know it existed. How are they making a killing?
I don't know, but I just got like copyright strike for that silly Dream the Impossible Dream. How could that even be? I don't want to watch this trailer right now. Let's save it.
From the opera singers?
Yeah.
Opera man.
That was so corny. God, that was so corny. All right, directed by Paul King.
Haven't heard of him.
Birthplace, nobody even knows where this guy's from or when he was born.
He can't carry Francis Ford Coppola's lunch.
Oh, he wrote. Oh, this is all coming together. I think Ray has something to do with the conspiracy here.
Uh-oh.
The Mighty Boosh, which is a show that Raymond loves. So
Okay.
I'm sensing that Ray might be getting paid off for this endorsement. There's some kind of a tie-in.
You're in their pockets, Ray. We know it.
Yeah. This is such a
for your car or something.
Yeah, he's a shill because Ray's got this love for this show, which is
Those
actually
fancy Hot Wheels that you were pulling the other day. That's Paddington money. We know it.
Oh, and let's see. He met a young actor and filmmaker named Richard Iode, who is from IT Crowd and actually plays one of the droids on The Mandalorian Season 2. Friendship, blah, blah, blah.
Fix this in.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. The Mighty
No wonder Ray was so keen on
Boosh.
opening up those cars. He's probably got like 17 of them stashed away.
King returned to making
the
movies with
Paddington money that he's getting.
Paddington. Ray, you know you know. And now you know that we know.
Right. Next time we're in Florida, dinner's on you.
Yeah, man. You got that Paddington, buku Paddington bucks. That's funny. But see, look,
Who knew?
Ray didn't know it consciously, but he likes this creative team here, and he's on the same wavelength as them. They know his sensibilities, or he vibes with their creative sensibilities. So that's why he likes it so much.
What was that thing from the Enigma box? Remember the Enigma box?
What is? Yeah, it sounds
Edward
familiar.
Nygma from like that terrible Batman movie, and they would like everybody would plug in and they would send like their thoughts and stuff.
Oh, is that what Jim Carrey was doing in that
Jim
movie?
Carrey, yes, the Enigma box.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Ray's
in
got a direct line to these people.
Batman,
Forever?
Forever, yeah. With the
Was it Forever?
I mean, literally no. But I do like some of that movie. I don't know if I don't know if it held up when it was out. I just liked it a lot. I think I liked the U2 song, and I liked the Seal song, and I liked the hype for that movie, and I like Val Kilmer.
You just like the soundtrack.
And I like Val Kilmer, but it's not a kid movie. Let's be honest.
It's horrendous. It was too campy.
Yeah, and then doubled down Joel Schumacher did with Batman and Robin, the one after that one, which I don't think I ever went on record saying that I liked any bit of that movie.
The bat nipples.
Jeez. And like the ice skating and the dinner party and horrible Mr. Freeze and just
so many blown chances. Like Schwarzenegger could have been great.
Yeah.
And it just turned into like this stupid. I don't know. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
No. We digress. All right, man. This was fun, dude. This was really fun.
Yes.
So if I can get Ray back on when I can get Ray back on and Aaron. Well, we should do the
panel?
4-up. Yeah, we'll do the 4-up panel and get.
Well, it saves my typing fingers.
Yeah. Oh, from
And
what?
then, like,
From just getting on
well,
and like arguing with people on Twitter or whatever.
no, because I'm on the chat when you guys are talking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, like a lot of things, like last time, I don't. I remember exactly what it was. You guys were on topic, talking about Boba, and I was making fun of the space Vespas.
Yeah.
And you picked up on my comment like 40 minutes later. And
I
you're
know.
Like, oh, Luis is still going on about the space Vespas, and I was like, no, that was when you guys were talking about it.
Oh yeah. I try to stay on top of it, but I got sidetracked.
But it's tough.
Yeah.
Because like you would need like a moderator to like chime in with the chats.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of
And
what we need.
Somebody that's like, oh, Raymond is saying this, Raymond is saying that. That's something that like I could serve that function in the future.
Yeah, we
just to keep tabs on the.
Yeah, if we ever get anybody to watch besides us, not to end on a downer like I usually do, but I just can't seem to. Here's what I think happened. It's like all the friends and family signed on, but nobody watches, and that's not their fault. But it was just I was encouraging, like, hey, I've got a thing, and if you have subscribers that don't jump on when you go live, YouTube buries your channel. Like it says, all right, so they've got subscribers, but nobody's tuning in, so it must be absolute garbage. And so
no, I'm gonna stop it right there.
you get buried. But I know we're not
but-
bad. I know we're not bad. It's just like what happened. This is what happened. Is we
need to have strategy meetings.
All right, go ahead.
And well, but I'm not gonna do it live. But a good.
Go away. We'll do it live.
A good episode was when you teamed up with Bobses and Bantes.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was like pace. There were opposing opinions.
Yeah, and Scott and I aren't afraid to mix it up, and we will.
Right.
We,
so
yeah.
that's one thing that we need to like go over. Oh, there it is, right on cue.
I'm still here. Hang on, let me get it back going.
So it.
Oh, come on now.
We can talk about it because the content's there. You need the exposure, social media management, and some of these things, they come with a price, undoubtedly.
A terrible price.
But there's gotta be like-minded people out there that have the savvy. The thing with the content creators nowadays is that you need to like be posting 2, 3, 4 times a day to keep the attention.
Yeah.
Going snippets going out as you're going live. Somebody has to be posting a snippet. Oh, look at what this conversation that's taking place right now.
Yeah, it's hard enough like just to be able to squeeze out time to do any pre-pro or like. So I just try to collect like I did tonight. Just try to collect news, and I'd rather just talk extemporaneously than read verbatim articles. But I just. Like the timing, it's just like if I had done this when I was 25 instead of wondering what the heck I was going to do with my life, like had this at my disposal, then I would have that time. I'm not making excuses, but I just like it takes a lot of time.
This was not available when you were 25.
Yeah.
This is available now.
Yeah, when I'm 27. So hey, we're rolling with it.
So it's only 2 years that you've wasted.
It was
It's time to
lesson learned.
But again. Let's have a powwow. I'm sure Ray can make some time, and Aaron, because it's about inclusion and visibility and outreach. See, let's see what he's saying.
And reaching around and helping your partner.
Forever terrible.
Forever terrible. I don't know, but like. I feel like yeah, you're right though. It has to be consistent. I know the guidelines, or I know the steps that I need to take. I need to take these longer live stream shows, which is my favorite thing, especially when we have like engagement. And then throughout the week, what I was doing and what I still try to do is turn this into a podcast episode. So we have a presence there and we're able to promote that, but also take longer episodes and then cut them down into like little bits, little 1-minute pieces. That takes time. Like I need like a summer intern or something to do that because I'm working around the clock. You know what I mean? I'm like working nonstop. So I can do. I have the ability to do all of it. I just don't have the time to do all of it. That's my excuse. So I have to kind of try to.
That's part of a strategy meeting.
Yeah.
So let's have a strategy meeting. I think we need to write some bullet points, and I'm being serious. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. You know.
Yeah.
What are the highest needs right now to make this more visible? And you know.
Yeah, I see the steps. Like it can happen. It can definitely happen. But
the thing is the content and the quality, the program quality. Like the quality is there. You know what I mean?
The quality is here. We can talk about this stuff. Like we can speak on this subject and pop culture subjects.
Right.
It's
just a matter of the engagement.
Night and day.
And understanding how do we get this quick and easy to as many people as possible in bursts, and it has to be maintained bursts. It can't be, you know.
No, it can't be intermittent. It can't be intermittent. It has to be
yeah.
consistent.
No, Snoop Dogg has people around the clock just posting stupid videos to his Instagram account.
I know Matt Drum sends me all of them, and I'm like, there's no way Snoop is aggregating all this. Snoop. He doesn't have time to sit around on Instagram. No. I know that.
He's got bigger fish to smoke.
I just bought my mother-in-law a bottle of his wine, the 19 Crimes. Do you have it? I had to get it. Did you get the Martha Stewart Chardonnay? Look, he's got it right at the ready. Yeah, cuz. Yeah, nephew.
Yeah, you knew I had to get it. When I saw it, I said, "Is that Snoop Dogg?"
Yeah, I got it, and I was like, she's not gonna know who this is. She goes, "Oh, do you know how? You know he's really good friends with Martha Stewart. You know she's like 80 years old, right? You know." And like, I'm like, dang, I underestimated my mother-in-law's knowledge of Snoop Dogg.
Well, her knowledge comes from Martha, so that's another brilliant move by Snoop.
Yeah.
But this is a throwaway joke by I don't remember exactly who it was, but it's like there were a bunch of people, thugs, if you will, and Martha Stewart at some roast. I want to say it was Justin Bieber's roast. And they're like, all these rappers here, and Martha Stewart's the only one that's done any time.
That is gangster.
So she's the true gangster. She's the OG. She was in the yard.
My God, like she literally was. And I was blown away when I realized how old she is because she doesn't come off that way. But I told my mother-in-law, I actually met with her. I met her and I sat down at a table with her in Cannes when I got to go out for the Cannes Lion Awards, and I was in public relations. I just went and was like shooting stuff. But my friend Marta was a friend of hers, or knew her through the business, and like
your friend Marta was friends with Marta.
Martha and Marta. That was the joke. Thank you. So yeah, I just went and hung out with her for just a few minutes or whatever. But I was like, I had forgotten all about it until we started talking about her. But anywho.
So you were hanging out with a convicted felon.
It was 2010, 20.
Oh, so she still hadn't gone?
I don't think so.
Well, she was tugging it out even before you knew. Well, so now we're like 2 degrees separated from Snoop Dogg. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. Oh, and also Pharrell Williams. I walked right by him when I was there on a sidewalk. Does that get us any closer to Snoop?
It gets us closer to Pharrell.
Martha. Convicted. What year was she convicted? Martha Stewart convicted.
Don't tell me.
No, 2004. She was already out on
thuggish ruggish.
Good behavior.
She had her bracelet, her ankle bracelet.
Yeah, I should have looked under the table. 2004. She was released in 2005, 5 years before I ever got to.
There you go. You take a
bedazzler
and I crafted this
Yeah.
beautiful cover for my ankle bracelet.
She could totally make a mint doing that.
The thuggish ruggish.
Yeah,
Martha Stewart.
for your inner convict, for the
Oh my
convict
God.
in all of you.
That's funny.
All right, well, we did all right. We had a good run. You've said it all.
Yep. Strategy meeting. Let's set it up.
Strategy.
Strategy.
Yeah, I don't know what would be the next take would be, or the next step would be just do another one of these deals. I think just a live stream. That doesn't get us anywhere, does it? Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm still having to explain to people, like my family, because like remember I sent you that email that went to your spam where it was like,
oh yeah,
it was like a peer-to-peer, like not a highway robbery resale of the Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022 tickets. And so guess what? I got one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But so I brought it up with Laura again. And she's like, yeah, you should go. At first she was like, knee jerk is like, no. But then it was like, yeah, you think you should go. Because, like, it's a networking thing. We could grab some content for this and get some credibility with being out there on boots on the ground. Maybe run into some people, meet some new people. Who knows?
Right.
Star Wars Love Fest. It's an awesome thing. And but then just practicality, money, time away from home.
Mm-hmm.
It's doable, but it's like, what will be the long-term effects of going to this thing that may not be so favorable?
Well, the other thing is we have to consider this is not going to be the last one.
That's what what I take comfort in, is I'll be better prepared for the next one, which will hopefully be next year. And then maybe I'll even be able to take one or two of the kids, or a few of us guys can go. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it'll be closer to home. But so then I was telling my mother-in-law about this opportunity, quote unquote opportunity. She's like, so what is the end game with that? I'm like, I feel like I've given the sales pitch on this project for a year straight now, because it's only been a year, by the way. It's like it's not going to be like, oh, you're going to strike it rich in 1 year, which is not my end goal anyway. But
no, this is a grind.
It's
you
just
have to
like
grind it out.
Yeah, it's a marathon. There's no other way to get there. But so I'm just like, okay, so I think in this conversation, it's just been revealed that no one, at least in my family, thinks this is like a viable, a good use of my time. Because my time isn't my time; it's our time. This is our time.
That is true, but at the same time, like, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of stories about nobody would think that this would amount to anything. Amazon comes to mind, like, oh, you're selling books? Really? You're selling books on the internet?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're Jeff Bezos and this is going to become Amazon. But, again, the quality, the production quality is there. And the content is there. The content creates itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's the engagement. It's reaching the right people. It's like everything. And I parallel this to like the art world. All you need is one person that is in the stratosphere to pick you up and pluck you out of obscurity.
Yeah, which is what my mother-in-law said. She knows PR pretty well, but she did say that.
It's one person. It's all that is needed to give you some visibility, and all of a sudden you've made it. Because in the art world, I don't know, I'm not going to start dropping names, but it's like artist X was an unknown, and then this mega superstar liked his art, and promoted it on his Instagram to his 50 million followers.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, this guy is selling out gallery shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's that one hit.
Yeah. I mean, that almost feels like a lottery ticket.
But it is a lottery ticket because how many podcasts are out there that people don't listen to?
Tons.
But you have to find, there has to be a cross section of people that already have audiences that can turn their audiences onto your thing, because there's room for everybody. It's not like you're eating their lunch.
Yeah, I think there's billions and billions of people out there, and a high percentage of them are into pop culture and Star Wars,
right,
and Disney.
And it's that strike that all of a sudden it's like, oh, we went from, you've seen the stories all the time, we went from like 500 in 3 months, and then all of a sudden this thing just happened, and next thing you know, we're like 5,000 in a day, and then it was 10,000, and then it was 20,000, and next thing you know, we have like 1 million views.
Yeah,
it's that one thing that everybody's looking for. But the thing is, you're not gonna find that if you stop looking.
Oh, I'm not gonna stop. I don't see
Right.
I don't
but,
see.
Their points are valid, and this is very. I don't know if this is all gonna make it.
You see what your buddy wrote?
No, what?
Luis is giving off Omar Navarro vibes tonight.
Omar Navarro, who's that? You gotta. Who Omar Navarro is? Is this like super insider? Or is this somebody I should know?
Is it because of your pep talk for me? What's the?
But who's Omar Navarro?
All right, we'll go. Hold on. It's a good thing, I think.
I would hope so.
All right. Omar Navarro is an American perennial candidate for the seat of California's 43rd Congressional District.
Okay.
Against longtime Democrat Congressperson Maxine Waters. Navarro, a Republican, ran unsuccessfully against Waters in 2016, 2018, and 2020. On January 2011...
I'm a 3-time loser.
And he's going to be challenging Waters again in 2022. Are you saying they're? I guess he's saying you guys are using the same playbook, or at least you're. What's the word? Preaching the good word.
Right, like I'm being optimistic.
Oh, the bad guy from Ozark. You look like the bad guy from Ozark. I like the political reference better.
The bad guy from Ozark. Which bad guy?
Oh, now it's just a physical thing. Ray, it was a funnier reference with the perennial candidate who cannot beat Maxine Waters. You have to keep trying. You can't stop.
Yes. It's for the state of California.
I was like, dang, that was a deep cut. I was like, I knew that name from somewhere. That was
when I hear Navarro, all I can think of is that Two Life Crew song
with
Martinez and Navarro.
Ozark. Let's see.
Is he talking about the? I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, this actor is on point. He's awesome. All right, hold on. Let me fix your window here. What is going on here?
I think I know who he's talking about. Unless it's like a newer character.
Let's
see. Is it like Ruth's uncle?
No, I don't believe so. Let's see.
That gets used up by that FBI agent or whatever. In more ways than one.
This guy. He kind of looks like Tim Curry,
All right.
Felix Solis.
What's his name?
Navarro. Felix Solis.
Oh, I thought it was Felix Navarro.
Felix Solis. Omar Navarro es un empresario. Is a empresario.
¿Es un empresario o es el jefe del cartel?
The cartel boss?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't. That's another show.
Oh,
Ozark,
yeah, it's
that
intense.
Kind of like.
I'm
caught
like,
up with.
I think we're like 2 seasons behind or a season behind anyway. I like the candidate better.
Yeah.
Because you're giving me that motivational speech. And then I looked that up and it was like, this guy, he just keeps going back for more. He keeps going back for more. That's good.
I am not going to rest until I serve the people of California.
California. Oh, man. All right. Well, we had fun.
Yes.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on last minute. And
My pleasure. This is fun.
It will be fun to get you on with these other guys with the panel. Yeah, I'll set up the 4 up, and we'll just we're gonna have a lot more to talk about here soon. Although I was totally offline the entire book of Boba Fett. That was like we were building up to review that every week, and then had these computer problems, but we're good. There's no other than my computer, other than my camera turning off every now and again.
I can't read Ray's things. I see them popping up, but they're so small.
Oh, he's a badass, so I mean it as a compliment. Cartel leader. I don't think he took it any other way.
I never thought you were sliding me, Ray.
What kind of Ray?
Speaking of Ray, I don't know if he remembers this, but when I lived in Orlando, and I think I came across this the other day, I have to go and search for it, and if I do find it, I'm going to present it. He gave me a birthday card with Jar Jar Binks on it.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
I swear to God. I think I saw it when I was unpacking all the stuff that was in my mom's house.
Yeah.
And I think it's in a bin in there in the actual dungeon, because this is not the dungeon. The dungeon is that little the storage room area.
Yeah.
For the next show, I am going to look for this thing, and if I find it, I am going to show it. That's how far.
Oh, we got to showcase that thing, man.
Ray and I go, and you as well. I mean,
yeah,
we all go that far back. 1999.
Yeah. Gosh.
Hmm.
That's wild. So, that card that he got you, I'm making a new scene here. There you go. Look at that. On the phone.
Oh.
How much junk can I throw on one screen? So on the, and I'm going to try to look at the, okay, so that card came out when, he got you that card when the Phantom Menace was out. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Wild.
OG.
That's
I could
awesome.
sell it as a collector's item.
Yeah. Especially with Ray's signature in there. Can you imagine what that would go for?
That's more famous for his Paddington money.
God, how does Ray, how do you know about Paddington being even a thing?
Certified fresh.
I have just so many questions. Yeah. If we can regroup Wednesday, we need to get to the bottom of this for sure. There you go. What do you think about this? This is an interesting setup here. Let's see here.
This is where we can go to hyperspace.
Take Ray.
That's so bad.
Oh my gosh! Welcome to the Halcyon Star Cruiser.
Wow.
I just want to do a show where we just like rip on the Halcyon Star
Hot
Cruiser.
Frost. The fiery Mustafarian.
I mean, if we had FU money,
yeah,
we should
just
all go together to
just-
then just trash it.
Just clown around.
Yeah.
So whether you're at the Sublight Lounge and you get a chance to try
Because
it,
I have 0.0 interest in going to this thing.
I know. The more I think about it, the less I want to think about it.
The more that it comes out about it, the less interested I become, because it just looks like ridiculous cash grab.
It's offensive. It's
It is.
highly offensive.
So let's stick. Let Filoni and Favreau run stop all your Imagineers. Like, cut them off right now.
Yeah.
Disney, stop all your Imagineering. Focus on the rides, and stop trying to get us to like think that we're traveling in space, because it's not gonna work. It's just bad.
Yeah.
The rides are choice. I'll give you that.
The actual rides at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to ride the newer one, the First Order thing.
Oh yeah, Rise of the Resistance.
I was too early for Rise of the Resistance. But the whole Galaxy's Edge, awesome. Keep your Imagineers focused on that.
Yeah.
Scrap the convert it into like homeless housing or something.
Well, they are, Disney is, they have a plan to construct affordable housing around the Kissimmee.
They can
Lake
start with the
Buena Vista.
Galactic Star Cruiser. They already have the footprint.
You can throw like 5 adults in there, in that little room. And you have a commissary, like where everybody could go and get their goldfish and flatbread pizzas that they serve already.
There you go.
Ray wants to jump on.
It's a tax write-off for your Ready Creek district.
Yeah. What a circus. What is going on in Florida? Oh my God. What is happening?
I don't know. It's hilarious.
Oh my God. Ray wants to jump on. I just forwarded him the link.
All right.
But make it snappy, Ray. I'm out of gas, man. It's not a way to host a show. All right, let's see.
I don't even know what time it is. Down here it's like a casino.
I know. It's 24 hours. So
There's
now
no
Ray's
natural light,
on.
there's no clocks.
Ray's here, but then he bumps you like right out of the way. How do I get both of you? Okay, I see what I need to do here. Doggone it.
Pyro processing.
Look at who it is. It's Mr. Paddington himself.
All right, that's his second Dyer Paddington.
This is gosh.
Check out the shirt.
He just blew up the show.
Signature.
Hold on, I can't even.
More sponsors.
Got that Costco money with my Paddington money.
All right, how do I even? All right, I know what I can do here. Let's do this. All right, Ray.
Oh man, I love that Kirkland brand shirt.
Ray, how do you know about Paddington? How do you know so much about Paddington?
I can't remember. Like I just came out,
likely story.
It was people were just like talking about it on Twitter a lot, saying how great it was, and then I finally like watched it, and then it's like always comes up on like movie chats as being like one of the best sequels ever made. Like it's like literally like
something
people it's really a good movie though.
Something's not right. It doesn't. It's like there's a glitch in the Matrix. Like if that movie has a higher critic score than either of the Godfather films, any Star Wars movie. I mean, I guess that doesn't count.
It had the high. It was 100 until someone like a few years later put out like a bad review and it knocked it down to 99. It was like the only movie that had 100%, I think.
Really?
And I think it's the only two that are 99 are Citizen Kane and
Paddington Bear.
Oh my God, Rosebud.
And the first one's like a cute movie.
Yeah, is the first one where they find him at the train station, they bring him home, he makes a real mess in the bathtub, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got a floater.
I don't know. It's a really cool movie. You should definitely. It's on HBO. It's on HBO Max. You should watch it.
Oh, this is the segment of the show where Ray promotes a non-Star Wars. Yeah, right on time.
It is my favorite segment.
I know.
Ray, I want you to know that I fought for that segment.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch any Gamora
Oh, the whole thing?
or any of it?
No.
I think I watched the movie. There was a movie first.
Well, no. There was like 4. There was like
He's the
3 or
expert.
4 seasons. There's 3 or 4 seasons, and then they made a movie called The Immortal, which is like with just one of the characters from the show, and then there's like a 5th season after that. So like, but that movie is like in between, I think, season 4 and season 5.
No. Go. I think if you go look for it, there's a movie before the series called
Boom.
Gamora.
Is it the same?
I don't think. Yeah, there's this.
It's like Eastern European gangsters.
Well,
Oh,
it might
there
be
you
like
go.
It might be something later on, but the show started based off a book, and then they did like the first season. But then, like I said, they made a movie with just one of the characters after I think season 3. And
Was
then
the movie named strictly Gamora?
It's called Gamora the Immortal, I think is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if there's something else, but I know specifically like in the TV show, it's like the TV show in that one movie, and then they just did like the final season. I actually haven't finished the final season yet because I'm kind of like sad that it's the final season, so I don't want to start watching it yet because I'm like saving it. But yeah,
That's how I was with Gilligan's Island. I couldn't believe it only lasted 3 seasons.
But that show is crazy good. You guys gotta jump on that one. But
2009, Gamora, Gomorrah, G-O-M-O.
That must be a different one.
But it's like Eastern European crime syndicate.
Yeah, because Gamora is all about the Italian. It's the Italian crime, like drug dealing and stuff.
Then this is. I think you should go watch this because I think that this is.
It could be based off the same book and stuff, but it's not like I don't think it's directly like connected to that series.
Adapted from Gamora.
Yeah, but the book is like before. The book I think has been out for a while.
Same cast?
No, I don't think it. I'll definitely check it out, but I don't think it like it might be based off the same book, but I don't think it's like in the same Marvel universe.
The Hoth Frost.
No, check it out. It's from 2009.
The Fiery Mustafarian.
And it's that's where I thought that this was coming from because I had seen that movie from 2009. Oh
yeah. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But I know like the TV show I think started. I'm guessing like in around 2015 or around there. I'm guessing because it just finished now. So and there's like 5 seasons I think.
I'll send you links. But it's
Owen
I
Wilson,
knew
Boba
about this
Fett.
movie,
What's the connection there?
and I thought that it was related, like the series was related to that movie from 2009.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could be they could both be based on the same book. I honestly don't know, but it's like
Ray, when you
like the guy who wrote it, the book and stuff, like he has to have like security because like the
He gave so much stuff away.
The mob, the criminals don't like him because he put out from the stuff he put out from the book.
Well, there's a show coming out on, I think it's Paramount, on the making of Godfather.
Yeah,
It's
with
out,
Miles Teller. It looks
Miles
good.
Teller.
Yeah.
The Offer, I think it's called.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it. When Ray jumped on, we lost a viewer because it was Ray who was watching. Now we're down to one viewer.
And that one viewer is probably me because it's on my TV right now.
Well, it was a good conversation anyway.
Viewer becomes contributor. It's like sell the stockbroker.
Have him come on the show.
Yeah, I definitely watched Paddington. What did I just watch that was good? there's a new Showtime show for The Man Who Fell to Earth that's like based off the old David Bowie movie.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
really good. That has the one actor that's from 12 Years a Slave is like the main guy in it.
Too many streaming things. Like now
So many
Paramount,
things.
Showtime. I don't have any of these.
Oh yeah.
Streamers.
Yeah, those you just have to like. I don't know how you find those. You have
You
to
gotta
find
wait.
those.
You gotta wait till all the episodes come out, and then get like the 1 week free trial on Amazon, and then just do nothing
Binge it.
but watch all the shows.
Yeah.
As quickly as possible.
Because there's like a Cypress Hill documentary also on Showtime that I want to watch, and it's like,
I saw the thing for it. I haven't watched it yet. That's a new one too. Yeah. You want to see? Let's see here. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Look at
Owen
that guy.
Wilson, Boba
look at
Fett.
it.
What's the connection there?
Eagle Beagle.
That's
Hello
it.
there.
Look at that. Look at that face. He's bad though.
He looks like he's Mexican. Let me see what can I show you. Well, here's my Snoop Dogg wine.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Ray, I was just telling him I bought that for my mother-in-law for Mother's
I
Day.
know. I heard. I've been watching for a while. Julie's finally sleeping, so
Oh, good.
not feeling well.
I got one. I don't know if I sent Ray this one before.
Good job. The Hoth Frost.
Since he was showing off his
The fiery
his Hot
Mustafarian.
Wheels.
Ah, that's so cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Birch Fett. It's so awesome.
He's made out of wood.
Oh, that's so cool.
Crazy.
Oh, you could take him out?
Like, I'm not gonna take him out of the. I could. I'm gonna take him out of his bag.
Is the backboard? Is that
Looks.
is that wood too?
Yeah, it's got. You see the screws?
Oh,
Sick.
sick. Oh. Dude. Can you get any more of those? And how much are they, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know that I can get any more. I can check. There was a different colorway that he released, but they're like 125.
Oh, okay. That's
I
reasonable.
gotta check to see because he was doing a different colorway. This is 18 of 20.
Oh, that's
so
wild.
cool.
Let's give this guy a plug.
Yeah, there you go.
His name is 1980 Who.
1980 who?
1980 Who. Literally the year 1980.
And then WHO.
1980
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So there it is.
1980 who?
That is so cool though.
And he was selling a different colorway, which was like the bluish and yellow boba.
Yeah,
But
like
if I don't know if you can see from the side. Let me see if I can just turn the camera.
That's so neat. I
But
love
he
that.
had plywood all the way through.
that's so cool.
He must. I wonder if he has like what's it, the glow forge that cuts all that stuff out. I wonder.
I don't know, but this looks like that it gets like laser.
Like burns. Yeah.
That's neat, man. That is like, I might, if I had a chance, I might throw 125 at that.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna send you the links. I'm gonna see because I know that he released the others on his shop. These were for DK Econ, but it's a guy to look out for, you know, because he's definitely. I hate them, but I love them because there's gonna be a series, and then it's like, oh well, now I need to collect them all,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be an expensive proposition.
That's how they get you.
Right, because then it's like, oh, this little colorway with a different thing, and I didn't go for that other one, but it's like a bluish and yellow. I don't know what that
It's
Maybe you guys.
yeah, it's like probably based off his first appearance, animated
Yes.
appearance.
All right. So then that's it. So he had the first appearance colorway coming
Oh
up,
man.
and he was selling them straight from his shop. This I got from another guy from DKE. I have like a direct line to him, so I reach out and it's like, I'm interested in this, and he always comes through.
Is he based out of New York, or where is he based
No,
out of?
the guy from DKE is in California. This guy, 1980 Who. I don't know where he's based out of, but he's on Instagram. He's on Facebook.
I have to look him up. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll send you guys the links. I think I might have.
I picked up. You don't like fun. You don't like Funko. Never mind.
I don't dislike Funko. I have a bunch of Funko up here. Let me.
I picked up Omega. They made Omega Funko Pop.
Ooh, did they have the Bad Batch?
I got all of them. She was the last one. She was the last one I needed.
I didn't know they had Bad Batch. I'm gonna have to go look those up now.
Junta, Rika, Echo, Tick.
I have the 8-bit.
Those are cool.
Oh yeah, he's got some cool stuff down there.
My boy Drew Breezy.
I don't know who that.
Who that? And then like my cases are now like lit.
Nice.
Oh man, that looks great.
Is this your basement?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other cases up there, I mean, I didn't light them up because I was angling. But
that's cool.
Let's see. What was that? Vintage.
I don't have anything Star Wars in here. Oh, well, I know. Let me see. I don't know that I have anything Star Wars in these cases.
Oh, there
Star
it
Wars
is.
stuff is up here.
I lost the space for a while. It's back. Look like I should be on a bag of bread, like a Wonder Bread. Oh, what's that? Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, I see.
That's the Biggie Smalls and Tupac mashup. Biggie Smalls as Han Solo in Carbonite, and Tupac is Boba Fett. Getting him ready to.
The best Funko I have is the Steve Zissou. I have the Steve Zissou Funko.
Oh man, did they make any more of the team?
I think it's only the Zissou. And that one's hard to find too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I got it for like $20, I think, off Amazon, but it's like $50-$60 on eBay now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just one day it's like, oh, I wonder if they have it. And I looked,
and they had it.
Okay.
Gosh, I wouldn't even think to look for that, but I guess they had it, huh?
Oh, I have a Speaking
Zoo. All right.
Oh, hold on. He's getting his Steve Zissou.
After hours show.
Yeah, but this is a print from a.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is a Wes Anderson show that I went to. Everything was Wes Anderson.
That's cool.
And I picked up that Steve Zissou.
I wish someone would do like like in the movie when the old guy is getting the autographs and he's like, one more, and it's like Zissou like Jungle Cats, and it's like all the posters from the movies that he's getting Steve designed. I wish they did like an official release of those, because they're all like this really cool like old school looking art,
Have you looked on Etsy by chance? You probably have.
I was
right?
gonna say you're probably gonna be. You can find those probably.
I found like one or two of them, but like it was like from a while ago. I think someone made them or ripped it somehow, but I don't know if they're still selling them. It was like from a while ago.
I'll let you know, because every so often these people in here in New York, they do a Wes Anderson centric show, and all the artists come and do Wes Anderson stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah, those are cool if you ever get a chance.
Here's
Oh.
my Disney. My I'll never wear this again bracelets.
What is it? Oh. What do you have? What's the... Is it Frozen?
I have no Haunted Mansion, and then this is like Goofy, Animal Kingdom, Past
Oh, that's so
Holders
cool.
2019.
Yeah.
Did you guys see they're doing the Legos minifigs for the Muppets?
No.
Yeah.
It's all like the there's not like a loser in the bunch. It's all like big time, like Kermit, Piggy, Fozzie,
the A-list.
Yeah, it's all Dream Team Muppets. It's not like if you get any of them, you're gonna be happy with it, pretty much.
There's no scrubs.
Yeah. Sometimes you get those minifig packs, and you're like, oh, I got the person with the flower, But those, I need to get them. Yeah, I know I think there's like 8 of them, maybe. I'm not sure, but
yeah, Beaker's selling for $8 in the resale market.
Meep.
Yeah, I have to buy those because I want to get those for sure. But well, thanks for having me on for a few minutes. It was kind of like a hectic. I don't know if you said on the show, but Julie, my wife, has got positive for COVID today. She wasn't feeling good yesterday, and we
the
went
Rona. It's terrible.
got tested. Yeah, look at those. I mean, it's all good. They're all good.
Benson Honeydew.
Look at
Meep. Ooh, Animal.
What's it, Janice?
Well, they're gonna have to have a wave too, right? We're missing.
Oh yeah.
There's no Miss. There's no Miss Piggy. Is she in there?
Piggy.
Yeah, it's in the.
Oh, there she is. There she. Okay, I see the front row now. But you're gonna need the whole like Electric Mayhem. We're gonna need Sam Eagle.
That's a pretty good group right there. You know what I mean?
Starter set.
Oh my God, yeah. They're $4 a pop.
You need to buy them individually.
Looks like it. It's a grab. It's a blind pack or whatever.
It's a blind pack. You don't know what you get. Yeah, that's the problem.
Then you have to go trade.
That's the bread and butter of the stuff that I collect. It's the blind boxes.
Yeah.
And it's like I have a love-hate relationship with them.
Yeah.
To get a complete set of these little hedgehogs, you don't want to know how many of these stupid boxes I have.
Yeah, and what are you gonna do with those?
Well, I did have an idea, and it's to get like all these artist friends that I have, give them one and have them customize it, and then build like a customized set.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's also like a pretty penny. That's not cheap. And especially, oh, you're my buddy. I don't want you to just do it for free because this is your livelihood.
You're gonna be like,
and I
just like upside down on this whole thing.
Well, I am already upside down because I had to buy at $10 a pop.
Oh, that's
I have
true.
probably
Yeah.
like 20 of them just sitting around doing nothing. Or I could try selling them as lots. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. But my main idea was get all these people that I know to do customized versions. And then maybe, but again, it's like you can't go and use the friend card. You have to support. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
like I go
yeah.
out there, I'm a supporter. So
I'll tell you, before we log off, I'll tell you one funny, it was like actually super frustrating story about blind packs. Like Lucas, when he first was in elementary school and was first getting into like the NBA, they had like these off-brand Lego, but they were like NBA basketball players.
Yeah.
I forgot what the name. I forgot what company it was, but they, had like Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, and it had like a whole probably like 10 different players you could, or maybe 15 or 20 different players you could pick from. And so one day we found those, like, oh, let's buy. We bought like 5 or 6 of them, and we opened 3 in a row, and every single one was LeBron James.
Oh my God.
It was like a bad joke. We were like, well, okay, 2 of them. Okay, the next one can't be LeBron James. Open it up. It was LeBron James. We actually went back to the store and they actually gave us a refund for it because we're like, we normally wouldn't ask for a refund for this, but look, we got like 5 of the same exact ones. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry about that. But Lucas was so upset. I felt so bad. Every single one, like 5 in a row. Like, what are the chances?
It's ridiculous. I've had that happen. Not necessarily like 5 in a row, but it's like, all right, here's another yellow, and another yellow, and then a black that I already had as well, and then another yellow, and it's like, oh my God. At some point, I just went and spent more money to just get the one that I was missing because at one point, there's 16 of them, and I have 15. I'm not gonna buy another case to try to get that one, and then the ratios are like 1 in 80.
Oh, is it like that rare? Gotcha.
Yeah. It
1 in
starts
80.
getting into the ratios.
Yeah.
Just give me the set.
We used to buy those like every once in a while if we found something that Lucas would like Star Wars or something from Marvel or something, or we'd buy a couple of those and see if we got lucky. And sometimes you get cool stuff, sometimes you don't.
Oh, you get the scrubs.
Yeah.
Life is littered with scrubs.
Well,
all right, folks. I don't even know what time it is.
It's late.
It was fun watching you guys, and thanks for letting me jump on at the end.
Yeah.
Go throw on Paddington 2 on HBO Max.
I'm going straight there. I can't believe it's a movie for our generation.
I might throw it on. I might throw it on after we're done here as well.
Just throw it on in the background.
All right, guys.
We're gonna get residual checks.
All right, fellas. We'll reconvene here hopefully later this week.
Yep.
All right.
Let me know what's up.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hello there.